The shadow that fell across Bawumia's desk wasn't the end. It was the beginning. A chilling confirmation that his prying eyes had been noticed. But escape from the immediate danger only plunged him deeper into a different kind of darkness. The terrifying realization that he stood alone against an unseen, omnipresent enemy. The air in Guantaland suddenly felt heavier, charged with unspoken truths. Every glance, every hushed conversation, every official vehicle seemed to hold a sinister new meaning. Bawumia, the meticulous auditor, found himself adrift in a sea of suspicion. His meticulously ordered world had been shattered, replaced by a brutal, stark reality. The nation's gold was being systematically stolen, and the culprits were the very people sworn to protect it. The instinct was to retreat, to bury the truth and save himself. But the image of Guantaland's wealth, the foundation of its people's trust, being siphoned away, burned in his mind. He couldn't unsee it. He couldn't unknow it. The burden of proof, of conscience, was too heavy to bear alone. He needed an ally, someone who understood the insidious nature of power, someone who might still remember the truth, even if they no longer dared to speak it. His thoughts turned to Anya, a once fiery investigative journalist, silenced by years of government pressure and subtle threats. Bawumia approached her with a caution born of desperation. He offered no specifics, only vague concerns about irregularities at the bank, things not adding up. He watched her closely, searching her eyes for any flicker of the old fire, testing the treacherous waters of trust in a nation suffocated by fear. He needed to know, was there still a fighter beneath the disillusionment? Anya listened, her silence more potent than any words. She had seen this dance before. The careful approach, the coded language, the desperate plea hidden beneath a veneer of professional curiosity. The whispers weren't new to her. For years, the undercurrents of corruption had flowed beneath Guantaland's surface, a dark river eroding the very foundations of the state. She warned Bawumia, her voice low and grave, of the labyrinth he was entering. "It's not just officials, Bawumia," she recounted, her words a chilling echo in his mind. "It's a web, tightly woven. High-ranking ministers, central bank directors, police chiefs, even elements within the military. They've been at it for years, skimming, siphoning, building their empires on the backs of Guantaland's promise." She spoke of anonymous sources silenced, stories buried, careers destroyed for daring to glimpse the truth. Anya painted a picture of a system so entrenched, so pervasive, that it felt impenetrable. "They control the information, the narrative, the very means of justice," she explained. "Anyone who speaks out vanishes, or worse, becomes an example." Bawumia felt a cold dread settle in his stomach. The gold wasn't just a target, it was a symptom of a deep-seated disease. He wasn't just up against corrupt individuals, he was facing a unified, powerful entity that encompassed the very security apparatus meant to protect the nation. The weight of his discovery grew exponentially. He was a single man, an accountant, against the might of an entire corrupt state. The conversation with Anya had opened his eyes, but it had also painted a target on his back. As he navigated the winding alleys and crowded lanes of Guantaland's old district, the unsettling sensation of being watched intensified. A shadow detached itself from a doorway. A pair of eyes lingered on him a moment too long. His instincts, sharpened by the past days of fear, screamed danger. He was being followed. No longer a paranoid delusion, but a terrifying reality. He moved with a sudden, desperate agility, an auditor transforming into a phantom. Through the maze of market stalls, past the glare of street vendors, into the labyrinthine alleys he ran. He heard shouts, the thud of heavy boots gaining ground. He made it. For now. The adrenaline coursed through him, a stark reminder of his new reality. He was no longer just an investigator. He was prey. Shaken but resolute, he continued his cautious journey home, sticking to the darkest corners, the most deserted paths. As he passed a public phone booth, its light flickering erratically, he paused, drawn by a hushed, intense conversation. Gold, central bank, secure, no witnesses, Bawumia? The words were fragments, clipped and urgent, but they were enough. The voice on the other end, raspy and cold, replied with chilling certainty. Confirmed. Security forces are aware. We handle it. Bawumia's blood ran cold. It wasn't just high-ranking officials. It wasn't just a shadowy network. It was the very police, the very soldiers, the very protectors of Guantaland, actively involved in the heist. And they were coming for him.